US Secretary of State Antony Blinken is once again in the Middle East, his sixth trip in as many months, as he tries to secure a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. In exchange for that ceasefire, there would be a release of hostages and more aid getting into the Gaza Strip. But it is a double-forked operation for Antony Blinken as he looks to dissuade the Israeli government from going ahead with a planned offensive into the southern Gazan town of Rafah. Over 1.5 million people are currently taking refuge there, and the American government has pushed back on any plan that doesn't involve another plan to save the lives of those 1.5 million and get them out of harm's way. Now, the Israeli government has pushed back on this. Netanyahu spoke to lawmakers on Tuesday and said that he made it very clear to Joe Biden in a call that he had on Monday that this operation would be going ahead. But in that call, Joe Biden also managed to get Netanyahu to agree to send a delegation over to Washington to hear Washington's concerns. We're told that delegation will include high-ranking military officials and humanitarian officials as well. That delegation likely to get here at the beginning of next week. The US delegation so far, we don't know the makeup of, but we can expect people like Jake Sullivan, the national security advisor, to be there, maybe John Kirby as well, the communications advisor for national security, and maybe even Blinken himself if he makes it back from this trip in the Middle East in time. It has been a fraught issue for Joe Biden and something that has heavily affected his presidency and something he will be looking at as he goes into November's election. His handling of the situation in the Middle East weighing heavy on voters' minds and also starting to anger some lawmakers. We saw a letter from 19 Democratic senators who urged Joe Biden to do more to push for a Palestinian state, something that Netanyahu has pushed back on.